start sharing. I've talked to you on the first part on basically what the industrial revolution is. It's basically about industries and which cropped up in England. We're talking about England, the two people who coined the term industrial revolution, and then it was used in the Oxford speeches in England. Start sharing. I've talked to you on the first part on basic. So I think the voice and all is okay. All right, and I'm trying to disable chat now because I think chat will cause a disturbance for us. I don't know how to disable chat, but otherwise let us see how things work out. Okay, great. So I'm moving ahead with my class now. I'm going to begin to share, and once I begin to share, I think things will work fantastically for us. Great. So I'm now talking to you about the causes. First, I talked to you about the factors. All right. The factors and causes are almost the same, but you see, a factor is only a part of the cause. The cause is the main reason. So what are the causes of the industrial revolution? So when we are talking about the causes of the industrial revolution is political stability. I told you they were unified under a monarch. Same thing. Political stability came because they had a monarch. Then they had a common law. Got it? Common law, single currency, taxation the same. All the things I've already repeated for you. Wages and salaries could easily be spoken about. That was also taken care of. Got it? The Bank of England, founded in 1964. Again, the Bank of England that was founded in 1964, it was early enough. Again, these were some of the reasons of the industrial revolution. And once again, emphasizing the industrial revolution, the first industrial revolution started from 1780 to 1850, 70 years. All right. It's not like rocket science to know that. However, the Bank of England came in quite early in 1964. It established itself. We are talking about India as a colony, the invention of the steam engine, agricultural revolutions, market, inventions of machines, introduction of the railway and canals, abundance of coal and iron, investment of capitals. These are all the reasons, the causes. Now, I'll be discussing all the causes with you one by one. All right. So these are the causes basically for the industrial revolution. Great. Now, when I go towards the industrial revolution, here it is. Okay. So the use of money as an exchange, labor supply, global significance of London. What do these mean? I'll be talking to you. Don't worry. All right. Now we come back. We come back. So to the 1750 to 18. So 1780 to 1850 was the first industrial revolution. Now let's talk about the 18th century. England witnessed the growth of many towns and populations. Why did towns and populations come in? Because people were buying off the land of the poor people. The poor people came towards the towns. The towns began to grow. Next is, out of 19 European cities, 19 in Europe. See, Europe was almost like a single unit. 19 there were 11 in Britain. Got it? So 19 European cities whose population doubled between 1750 to 1800, 11 of them were in Britain. So naturally, the industrial revolution is going to take place, because when you come to a town, the town doesn't have much agriculture in it. So you need to give them all jobs. So to give them jobs, industry began to grow. London was the largest city in England and the hub of markets. It had a lot of market. For market, you need production. For production, you need industries. London was a significant city for the global trade. All right. So for global trade, London was doing fantastic. All right. It was a place where everyone was coming to purchase things, new things, learn things, and London was doing very well. By the 18th century, global trade shifted from the Mediterranean ports The Mediterranean ports were where? In Italy and France. And they came towards Holland and Britain. So when they came towards Holland and Britain, London created itself as a market. See, always remember, you will always go to a market where you get everything. You will not prefer to go to a market where there is only one type of thing, unless you're only looking for that specific things. And then London provided the opportunity. That's how London became a strong place for the Industrial Revolution. So our question is, why did Britain and in particular London become the strong place or the hub for the Industrial Revolution? London also became a center for triangular trade between England, France, and West Indies. So West Indies is, when you're going on your way to America, Europe is right here. So if I show you graphically, I do not know how to do that, but I'll try it out. Okay, I'll try it out. So if we consider this to be England, you see over here you have America, US. So this is where you have the West Indies, and this is where you have Africa. Got it? So this became a trade for both. Got it? So it was something like this. Don't blame my drawing. Get back to the map and check it out yourself. Okay. You are 21st century, 22nd century kids. Learn to do everything, check out everything that is being taught to you. Okay. But yes, so it became the triangular trade. Triangular trade begins London, West Indies, Africa, back. Wow, that looks nice. Chalo, God bless you. Now I'm going to the development of transport. So you must understand, transport developed. If transport is going to develop, industry will grow. Why? Because industry needs a lot of transportation. That is why roads are so important for us even today. So number one, they had the rivers and coastline facilitated the movements of goods in England. England had a lot of coast. It had huge water around it, so you can easily approach it. Then transport by water was cheaper and faster than land. That is why they were doing well. Until, of course, the railways came in and they could transport things. But waterways was fantastic. They could approach Africa, they could approach West Indies, and then later on they came to India also. During the 1724, rivers in England provided 1,160 miles of navigable water. Navigable water means water through which your ships and boats could ply, which was fantastic. Please understand, it's not like everywhere there's water, you just take your ship. You need to know the way. And there was 1,160 miles, which meant that they had a circumference of more than 1,160 miles that they could actually process their goods. They can sell their goods. Except for the mountainous regions, others were within 5 miles of a river. Everything was within 5 miles of a river. So if you wanted to produce something, you produced it, put it onto the river and brought it. So you had fantastic communication. Next, rivers provided easy movement to the ships. So the rivers came to the sea you had the ship, and goods moved fast. Again, for development, you will always need, suppose if I'm in Agra and I produce a lot of linen or something or the other, but I'm not able to sell it because I can't take it somewhere. But if I can take it somewhere else and sell it for cheap, my travel is cheap, I'll be able to sell it easily. And that is the facility that was available. So the rivers, coastlines, cheaper and faster. Next, 1,160 miles. Got it? Miles, and then only 5 miles from the river. That is not very far. And then you were always at the ships. You could always get into the ships. So goods could travel very, very quickly and very fast. That was a good thing. Next is, we're talking about how did the financial system of England develop? And because of that, how did it influence the Industrial Revolution? The financial system in England was implemented by the Bank of England, which was founded in 1694. I think there was a mistake earlier. Okay, the Bank of England, it was founded in 1694. Now, if you have a bank that early, so the banks play a very good role in helping people to keep their finances and to give their finances. So by 1784, there were more than 100 banks. So the problem of money was over. The problem of where to get the money, where to keep the money, all that was over. So there were more than 100 banks. By 1820s, it had increased to 600 banks. Please remember, from 1780 to 1850, that was the time of the first industrial revolution. They already had banks. Somebody to take care of your money, someone to look after things. So in this situation, when you already have money, you've got somebody to take care of your things, business goes fast. Please understand, business all depends upon the availability of finances and how well your finances can actually work. All right. So now if we look at it, London itself had 100 provincial banks. So it had 100 banks, which means the availability of money was there. You didn't have to carry money. There was no need of getting frightened about it. You had the money. Now let's talk about the iron industries. Machines are made out of iron. If you got plenty of iron, you can have plenty of machines. So England had plenty of iron and coal resources. Why coal? Coal is energy. Please understand that even today we have many furnaces moving with energy. So they had a lot of iron to make your machines, coal to run the machines, which was required for mechanization, a bigger word for machines running. Okay, converting things into machines and getting products out of machines is known as mechanization. Great, nice word. Learn it up. Good. It was also rich in other materials such as lead, copper, and tin, which were required. It had the two principles, iron, coal. Then they also had lead, copper, and tin, which was also helpful in the Industrial Revolution. Apart from this, what else was required for this Industrial Revolution? It was rich in It was also rich in lead, copper, etc. But in the 18th century England, they did not have good iron because they were not good at smelting. Smelting is processing iron. Smelting is processing iron, okay? Because when iron is raw, it is iron ore. And then you got to convert it. For smelting iron ore, charcoal was used. And this method had many defects, such as charcoal was too brittle to transport around long distances. So you smelting the iron, we used charcoal. Now charcoal is, of course, that when you convert wood, into coal, it's very brittle. Brittle means easily broken. So when it is easily broken, transporting it created too much, and then it did not give so much of heat. So because of this, you had a lot of impurities. So the quality of the iron was not very good. So the machines could not be made big, heavy, or they would not last long. Got it? And therefore they were also in short supply. They failed to generate higher temperatures because higher temperature means more energy. And more energy means faster and better production. So now you will realize that number one, I hope I don't have connectivity problems. Electricity went from second. I hope it has not affected us. And if it has, then never mind, that's something bad for me. So I've just told you the problem of money was solved, the problem of transport was solved, the problem of the machine was solved, that means iron was solved, but not completely. The iron was still of a poor quality. Now to get better quality, we had something known as the blast furnace. Wow. The blast furnace. Now with the blast furnace, you had people who were called iron masters. That means the owners of furnaces. Furnaces that could give you better quality of iron because they were not using the ordinary coke. Coke means charcoal. They were using better quality coal. So the iron master, this is the name of a place, Derby's of Shropshire, brought a revolution. See, everything is a revolution. Revolution means total change, a massive change. Got it? A huge change in the method of smelting. Smelting is melting and changing it, okay? 3 generations of the family developed a method of smelting iron. So the iron masters in Derby's of Shropshire, that is the name of the place, 3 generations, they developed a method of smelting, means again processing iron. It was called the blast furnace. Naam bhi kya diya. Okay, what a name given, blast furnace. The blast furnace used coke. Coke is actual coal that generated high quality temperature and replaced the use of charcoal. So they did not use charcoal, they used coke. Coke is hard coal, which you got from it was a mineral. The process was further refined by more inventions. So they had more inventions and they refined it better. They refined it better. Now we find out the second Derby developed wrought iron. That means it was less brittle. Less brittle means it would take a longer time to break. It was little stronger from pig iron. Pig iron was the first type of iron which could easily break. Sometimes you find that iron is so brittle, you throw it breaks. All right. That is known as the first iron, that is known as pig iron. Then from pig iron, they got a better quality iron. Then there was this guy known as Henry Cort. In 1740 to 1823, he developed the puddling furnace and the rolling mill, which used steam power to roll and purified iron into bars. So it made iron strong and it made it into bars. So it could be transported and then you could make any product out of it. So for the first time, iron came into bars and you could actually transport it and convert it into basic other things. Now a broader range of products could be made. Now more products could be made. Broader range of product means the more impetus, more growth of the industrial revolution. In 1770, John Wilkinson, he made the first iron chairs. Wow. Chairs came to be made, vats came to be made, pipelines, and you see so many things came to be made. When so many things will be made, what's going to happen is purchasing power growth is going to take place. Got it? The economy is going to grow up. So in 1779, Derby 3 built the first iron bridge in the world. So from making products out of iron, they started making the first iron bridge. And when you make the first iron bridge, slowly there's going to come in is the railway. Everything will take its time. You see, we need to move the first step, and when you take the first step, you will be able to take many other steps. And all these helped in the growth of what? The Industrial Revolution. What we call the Industrial Revolution. All right. And then in the last is Edmund Cartwright in 1743 to 1823 invented the power loom. Wow. What is a power loom? Power loom is in which you are producing cloth. Got it? Through machines which move fast, totally on power. All right? Completely. I mean, they're moving fast and the machines move on power. You don't have to move them in any other way. Got it? It was going to be moved only by power. You did not have humans to move the machines. So this was something that was revolutionary. I'm going to stop now over here. And in case you have questions, you can come back to me. I'll be able to answer them for you. And I hope that